All right, we could not do anything at all. If my boss didn't like activities which need a lot of exercise, we would have enjoyed our workshop more. We would have, or we could have enjoyed our workshop more. I hope the managers of my company understand this and the workshop will be changed next time. Great, so that's the end of our first diary. Next we have Mike's diary. Let's read this together. My office is being renovated. So I started working at home from today. So we can say I started working at home or started working from home from today. I got distracted easily at home because there were TV, armchair, and smartphone, which make me lazy. So here we have multiple objects, so we want to use make instead of makes. If I lived with my boss, I would have concentrated better. It's a very good point. The only good thing was that I didn't need to commute to work for 2 hours. I could get up 10 minutes before my working time, so it felt like heaven. It felt like heaven. It was like heaven. After lunch, I went for a walk with my dog and cleared my mind, emptied my mind while I saw the flowers on the street. However, when I got back to work, I gave up finishing the tasks on time. All right, that was the end of that one. Now let's go over Mina's diary, number 3. My family gathered and had dinner together at my grandma's to celebrate the holiday called Chuseok. We thought of going to a restaurant. We were going to go to a restaurant. We thought of going to a restaurant, but we changed our mind after we heard the bad news. My beloved grandma is going through a bad patch or a rough patch after her sister got involved in an incident. Unfortunately, that issue is not solved yet or is not resolved yet. I admire her because she is very thoughtful and never gets cranky, so I was worried about her a lot. However, I was relieved when I saw her laugh a lot with us. All right, great. And we have our next diary, Jonathan's diary. So I was supposed to go on a business trip. So this was something that was planned on happening, but I guess it didn't. So I was supposed to go on a business trip last week, but it was postponed. It was delayed or pushed back. So I arrived in Washington, D.C. today. We can also say I got to Washington, D.C. today, and I went straight to the hotel, or I went to the hotel right away. I usually go on business trips 3 times a year by myself, but this time it was not comfortable. It was uncomfortable. Let's see why. That was because I came here with Sam, who is not close to me. Here we want to put who because Sam is a person. So I came here with Sam, who is not close to me. He is acquainted with my colleagues, so he knows my colleagues, but I've never met him before. We went out together to have dinner. We went out together for dinner, which was served by one of the best chefs in the USA. So here, which was is optional. So we can say we went out together to have dinner served by one of the best chefs in the USA. while we were talking, so during their conversation, we realized that we have a lot in common. If we met earlier before, we would already have been best friends. All right, that is the end of all our passages today. Great job, everyone. I hope it was not too difficult. That is the end of week 48. Good job, guys. Goodbye.
일 년은 생각보다 짧았고 일주일에 10여 분 강의 2개는 48주 차까지도 부담스럽지는 않았지만 후반부 특히 가정법쯤에는 내가 약한 부분이어서 일주일에 얇은 한 권이지만 제대로 소화하기에 빠듯했었던 것도 같다. 환급 때문에 겨우겨우 끌어올 수 있었던 것 같고 앞으로도 기한 없는 강의이다 보니 다시 복습을 할 수 있었으면 좋겠다.